BBC Radio Gloucestershire.
Just in the corridor then at the Peak Academy, coming to see some of the older students, and just looking down the corridor, there's a media room there, there's a physical education gym, and lots of science work and English work on the walls, but we're going into the art department, In we go, and this is where some of the older students are working really hard. There's 4 of them in the classroom, and it's silent. There's a lot of concentration going on in this classroom. Nina Rogers is here, the art teacher, and you've got them working hard, and it is GCSE year, isn't it?
It certainly is, yeah. We've got them working on their personal projects and their artist research stage at the moment for their personal projects. So they're all heads down, working on their final pieces. That's where they are so focused today.
They really are, yes. So a variety of tasks ahead of them, but at the back there, I can see something interesting happening. So should we go and see what's happening at the back of the room?
Certainly. This is Jordan, and he's currently making a 3-dimensional scale model of one of Isambard Kingdom Brunel's tunnels for his railway. Am I right, Jordan? You may need to help clarify me.
Jordan, tell me, why did you decide to do this then? Where did the idea come from?
I've done quite a few projects on his bridges and his ships, but I realised I had nothing on his railways. I chose to make his railway my final piece.
How are you going to do this?
I've grabbed some wire mesh and I've covered it in paper mache to make it a little more solid. And I'm going to grab a little bit of wood and metal to make a railway.
Nina, you're just going through some of the other work that's been done.
Yeah, so I'm just showing the sketchbook work that Jordan's done on kind of working out in his head where and how he's going to do the railway, because going from 2D to 3D is quite a challenge, especially for this age group, because many years in art of doing 2-dimensional work. So jumping into 3D is a different mindset, a different thinking. So it's good to do that preliminary work that they, can aspire to creating things. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And these guys get marks even if when things don't go according to plan, because it's all about that progression, that learning, rather than just making a beautiful end product. But we have hopefully a beautiful end product on the way as well.
I was going to say that. Yes, I think that's what Jordan's vision is, a beautiful end product. That's what he's aiming for.
He's quite the perfectionist, is our Jordan, aren't you, Jordan?
Let's have a chat to the head boy then. Jack, tell me what you're doing in the art class.
At the moment, I am doing a styling Banksy. What I've done is basically stencils of his work, but now I've kind of moved on from that and now trying to create my own stencils. I basically like Star Wars, so I've mashed the old Stormtrooper with the new and just getting a new feel for everything and stuff.
I can see that now, yes. Now you've said that, I can see that that's what you're doing. And you're the head boy, so how would you kind of sum up your time at this school?
Well, I came from a residential school, so it's a big leap for me. This school has helped me loads. The head teacher, Mr. Lewis, has really made sure that Basic believed in me quite a lot.
And how much progress do you think you've made to get to this point?
Masses, really. I'm always, when I have a problem, I can always count on my tutor, Mrs. Rogers, to help me. It's really good just to have that support.
Lots of support being given to the students there, as you heard in the GCSE art class, working really hard when I was there, and they're working on different projects and able to express themselves and be creative in that classroom. So lovely to meet them. We're going to be hearing about the unsung hero of the school, a very special unsung hero, after 4 o'clock. Afternoon, actually for the second time this afternoon. We heard from the GCSE art class working very hard just before 4. But yes, we're in Dursley this week.
This week's school shout is the Peak Academy.
The Peak Academy, just to confirm that's exactly where we are. So each week on the programme then we meet an unsung hero at our featured school. I love meeting the unsung hero at our featured school. I love meeting the unsung heroes. But today it's an unsung hero who is sadly no longer with us. Her name is Liz, and she was a cleaner until she passed away recently. But the site manager wanted to tell you all about Liz Woodford.
School Shout. BBC Radio Gloucestershire.
Hello, my name's Andy Lowe. I'm the site and IT manager for the Peak Academy. I've been here about 5 years and it's a lovely, lovely job.
Well, it's a lovely place, lovely location.
It is
And we're
beautiful.
outside, just outside the school building, looking across at some wonderful views here. And we're here today to celebrate an unsung hero at the school. And this one is an unsung hero who's no longer with us. And it's a lady called Liz. If you went to the school or you had a connection with the school over the last goodness knows how many years, you will have known Liz. So tell us about Liz. How special was she?
Well, Liz was a fantastic lady. She's been here forever, it seems forever. And she was the glue that held the school quietly together in the background. She was there for the kids. She was actually more than just a cleaner. She would sew the kids' clothes up if they happened to be broken when they came in. She'd wash kids' clothes. She'd keep the place absolutely spick and span. She was the mother, I think, for a lot of the kids in the school as well. An absolutely fabulous lady, and be sorely missed. Absolutely sorely missed. There's a big hole where Liz was, I'm afraid. She was also a fantastically generous woman. She put far more time in the school than she ever got paid for.
And I guess it's the little things that she did. You know, she was here, job description, cleaner, but as you say, there's lots of little tasks that she did because she cared.
There was, and we're finding out all these little tasks that we didn't realise she did actually as time goes by. She did so much more than just cleaning, and it's sad you're gone, really sad, I have to say.
And as I mentioned, there'll be generations of pupils who went through this school who would remember Liz.
Oh, absolutely, right the way back in time. Yes, because when it was residential, she was here. So some of the children who are now, in their 30s probably, or older, in fact, would know Liz from those days. Yes.
And quite big shoes to fill, I guess, as you said, you're discovering now all the little things she did at the school.
Huge boots to fill, absolutely huge. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how we're going to do that. But yes, we'll find somebody. But yes, it'll be different. It'll be a different person.
And how important is it for a school, any school, to have someone like Liz?
I think it's key, absolutely key. Yes. Sadly, I've worked in a few schools and they are few and far between the Liz likes. This is the first I've seen in all the schools I've worked in. So there you are. She's very, very special.
Really does sound like it, doesn't it? That's Andy Lowe, who is the site manager, and wanted to tell us all about Liz Woodford, who, as you heard, was much more than a cleaner, and people who do much more than the job description. And that's what the Unsung Hero is all about. And you meet them in absolutely every school. Every school I go to, there's always someone very deserving of the title Unsung Hero. So lovely to hear about Liz. And if you have any connection with that school, the Peak Academy, the chances are over the years you'll know Liz. So thanks to Andy Lowe for telling us all about Liz. We'll be back at the school tomorrow afternoon. John Smith sitting in for me tomorrow. And we'll hear from the students one more time on the show tomorrow. Before we head to the Cotswold School